So thank you. Welcome again. Welcome to our virtual parent meeting, our parent coffee corner. Here's our agenda for today. We're going to give you a couple of quick Zoom norm overviews. We have Citlali Orozco from Upward Bound here with us today, who's going to be sharing about their program. We're going to give you a couple of general updates, and then we're going to give Evelyn Cortez, the parent liaison at Bayfront. She'll be sharing some information with us, and then Ms. Martinez will join in with some counseling department updates, and we're going to end the workshop with Ms. Justine, who's going to be sharing some information on financial aid. So just really quickly, I want to let you all know that we are recording this session so that we can upload it on our website and have parents be able to watch it afterwards. So just so you know, your names do not appear, but the little screen does. So if you want to stay off camera, we understand. In order to avoid interruptions, we're muting everybody, but if you have any questions, please use the virtual hand, or you can physically raise your hand or write your questions or comments in the chat box, and we'll make sure to get to your questions. And then if you don't already know, this is how you can mute and unmute yourself by clicking on the microphone and then the little chat box in the bottom as well. And with that, we're going to give the virtual platform to Ms. Citlali.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am a representative from Cal State Long Beach. I work with the Upward Bound program. My position is educational coach. I'm an advisor for students. I'm here to support them in financial aid, anything that has to relate to preparing them for college. We have recruited students from as early as 9th grade. We are not currently recruiting seniors because it is already halfway through their end of the year, but we have continued to work with students closely. I've been working with Paramount directly for the past 3 years. I can't believe it's been 3 years already, but we've been working there. My actual graduating class this year were freshmen when they first joined our program. So it's exciting to see that students grow. Our program is dedicating to service our students. We're basically that gap that sometimes they might need, whether it be that extra push. I know especially right now, it's been a lot of motivation that has been lacking from our students, and we continue to contact them. We have those personalized sessions with them as well. Normally, on a non-COVID time frame, we would be visiting the school, catching up with students, offering study hall sessions after school. We would be taking them on field trips for like different colleges, whether it be up north. We've taken students to Arizona, Nevada, and everything is free of charge because it is a federal program. So we are grant-based. So basically everything that we do is to service our students. Everything that we do is to help them, show them like what they're capable of doing. We've hired tutors to kind of like also guide them and help them with their academics in case it's been needed as well. Even though everything's gone virtual, we are still here to motivate our students. Our main platform right now is also Zoom, but we also have been doing a lot of text messages and phone calls for students just to keep them on the go. I work specifically with seniors heavily, especially right now. I had to split my students up because working with 80 students and having that one-on-one contact is a little bit tricky. So I have been working specifically with seniors and preparing them for their college applications, doing last-minute submissions in case they need it. So again, we're here to support them in as much as we can. Our services range from offering workshops, like I mentioned, tutoring, and of course, I feel like that one-on-one support is always something that our students need, because sometimes when I've noticed that when they're in groups, they tend to like back off and not try to like communicate or anything. But our mostly importance is to kind of prepare them for that college setting. We've had alumni that work with us as well. And that's when I want to introduce Ms. Tanya here. She'll be talking about her experience. So she was actually a student from Paramount. She graduated in 2018. She's now at Dominguez Hills working to study to be a teacher. So she'll tell you more about herself, her experience as a student, and now
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tanya. I was in the program for 3 years. A lot of where I am at now, I owe that a lot to this program. They really helped me not only get my academics well, and not only help me graduate high school and get
What happened?
um, to get to
You don't know how?
college. Oh, I think someone's to get to college, but also the program helped me as step into who I am and be able to communicate and network with everyone. That's something that the program does also help with our students. I came in, I remember in the program I had Sitlali as my coach too. I was very shy. I would not go up in front of a room filled with people and talk, but through the course of the program and even coming back as an alumni and as a worker now as a college aide, I was able to get that experience and to really be able to grow as a person and grow as an individual. So a lot of that, this program really does help students with that. We see students who really do grow and learn what they want to do. And that's something with my experience. I knew I always wanted to be a teacher, but it wasn't until I got into this program that I knew where I wanted to go, what colleges had to offer me. And a lot of that is what this program does. So I highly encourage your students and your children to join this program because it really does help not only them get to a post-secondary, but also learn about themselves and grow as individuals. And now coming back as a college aide, it's so rewarding because I get to see, what goes on behind the scenes, and it's more than what I thought when I was a student. So definitely that's a little bit different, but it's still rewarding being able to see people who students who I was in their position at the start of this program. So it's interesting to see like the roles flipped and to see them where they're at and where I am at. And it's always easier to be able to, relate to them and talk to them because I was them a few years back. So definitely that's something that I enjoy, as well as the people that I work with, Sitlali and Kathy Ann, who's the UB parent representative. Definitely they're great people to work with. They always inspire me as well to keep going and keep doing what I need to do. So it's definitely a family community. So that's also another aspect that you get for this program.
And I know Tanya mentioned family. We consider ourselves as Upper Bound family. You may not know, but we do recruit a certain amount of students. We can't have over about, as of right now, my cohort's about 80 students. So the reason we limit the numbers is to make sure we give them that one-on-one attention. We know that counselors are booked with over 1,000 students, over 100 students that they might need support. Students that are interested in going to college and pursuing their higher education. We have been able to prepare them in all cases, whether it be community college, 4-year, private schools, just getting out the information so that they're aware of the possibilities that they can encounter. The flyer that's being shown right now, it's a presentation. We do have a formal presentation tomorrow. We are hosting it once a month, every last Friday of the month. And this is for students. So if you want your child to know more about the program, because sometimes they hear it from the parents and they're like, oh no, this is something else you want me to get into. So for this presentation, we're actually gonna have current students that are in the program. And just so you know, our program is not just at Paramount High School. We service 8 other different schools. So we do service the Compton High School, Centennial, Gardena, Dominguez. And so we do have different students from other schools that are also dedicated into going to college. So this is where students start getting to know other people outside of their community, which is kind of like a college environment, because once they get to college, they will get to meet other people. So it's kind of like that preparation. So if you're interested, we are having a presentation tomorrow from 4 to 4:30. In the next slide, we'll also give you my information and Tanya's information. But before I also want to mention our Upper Bound parent rep right now. As we mentioned, it is a family, and it takes a family to be able to make everything successful with our students. So we do offer a bunch of resources for our parents as well. So I'll let Ms. Kathy Ann speak on that.
Hi, thanks, Lally. Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Ann. I am the UB Parent Support Group representative. I am the one who give our parents that break. You know, we worry about the children, we worry about their college, but no one worries about us. And we have to worry about ourselves. So we've started with the Upward Bound Parent Support Group. That's our outlet. That's our where we can do whatever we want and whatever time. We can raise funds. We can have fun. We can have a happy hour. We can have mental health workshops. Last week we had stress management using yoga. So we meet once a month, the fourth Saturday of every month. And it's for an hour from 1 till 2. You can pop in for the entire time. You can pop in for half an hour. Just as you pop in and say, hi, Kathy, and just check in to see how you're doing. We're here to help you as parents. I'm a parent as well. My son is a senior. Pray for me. He's just pray for me. But we do have those workshops to help the parents and help ourselves educate ourselves as parents. We're going to have Connect to Federal Credit Union. That's one of our community partners. They're coming out on the 27th of February. So yeah, the 27th of February. And they're going to be talking about credit, repairing credit, and getting us financially empowered with our credit. And if we want to meet with them afterwards, we're going to provide that outlet where everything that you discuss with them will be between you and your banker. You don't have to ask them anything specific to you or give them any of your information if you don't want to, but you can ask them any questions you need to in regards of repairing your credit or anything about helping our young ones create credit. My son, he wants a credit card, and I'm like, no. So they're educating ourselves to educate our students as well with credit. Then we're going to have in the age of COVID, we're going to have COVID-19 Q&A. We are on Cal State Long Beach campus, so we are doing a lot of collaboration with on-campus departments. We will be having a health educator come in and answer all those questions that we want to know about COVID-19, the COVID-19 vaccine. Is vaccine. All we're hearing on the news and everywhere, vaccine. Tell me the nitty-gritty about it. Why are they two? Why are they this? All the questions that you're able to ask, you want to ask, but you don't have someone to ask, we'll have that opportunity. And then the next one will be a community wellness workshop. So like I said, once a month, the fourth Saturday of every month for 1 hour. And we also throw me ideas. Right now we're doing a fundraising for our students. Senior banquet is coming up. We did this virtual yearbook last year because we weren't able to meet on campus, and we're working on the virtual yearbook. So any parents in here who have seniors, make sure that you are sending Lali and Tanya your senior pictures, because we're going to have those in the yearbook, as well as those embarrassing baby pictures that we want to put out there with our students. So we're doing the baby photo and the current photo, and we put those in the virtual yearbook. And believe me, I am looking for, there's one photo of my son in a bucket as a 3-year-old. He was in a short bucket as a 3-year-old, and that will be his picture going into the yearbook. So thank you for having me. And if you have any information, just let Lali know, or I'll put my information in the chat. But I look forward to seeing more of you.
And again, right now we're recruiting students, so they should be from grades 9th through 11th graders. The 11th graders, however, I do have a cap. I can only recruit up to about 30 to 35 rising seniors, which are current juniors. So I do have quite a few applications already turned in by juniors. So if you have a child who is a junior, I would recommend to start applying as of now. We do have an application process, because we do show students that from the very beginning that application, of course, ours is more of a PDF compared to colleges, but we are recruiting students. If your child is an 8th grader entering the 9th grade, we are also accepting those students as well. They will be notified at the end of June. And again, we offer various resources all throughout the academic year, and in the summer as well. We do offer a 6-week summer program, and these services are directly for our students who are in the program. Just a note, our program is dedicated to first generation and or low income students. By first generation, I mean that parents should not have like a bachelor's degree. If they have like an associate's degree, they would still be considered a first-gen student, if their siblings went into college, they are still considered first-gen as well. So for example, I'm the oldest in my family. However, because my parents did not receive a degree, my siblings are still considered first-gen. So we're just focusing on like the parent degree. If your child does not qualify on that end, we can always consider on either the income or on need. So if you feel like, you know what, my child really needs the support, but they don't meet either of those two requirements, again, just follow up with us, give us that call, send us that email, and we're more than happy to provide you with more information. And I'll also post my information on the chat in case you guys want to copy. But our information between Tanya and I is on the flyer as well.
Thank you, Citlali. Are there any questions for Citlali? Or so I see that she posted her contact information in the chat box. No questions? Okay, so we're gonna continue. Thank you, Citlali, and
Thank you.
Tanya and Katie Ann. Okay, so I want to just share really quickly. I don't know if you all know, but Paramount High School right now is participating in a partnership with the Los Angeles County Office of Education. What's going on? Sorry. With the LA County Office of Education. We've been at Paramount High School for about a year now, and the purpose of community schools is to help build equity for students by highlighting areas of, I'm sorry, I'm getting really thrown off by all these annotations on the slide. Is it just me or can anyone else see these?
We can see them.
We can see them.
So anyways, we do this by creating partnerships with our community agencies. The idea is really to make Paramount High School the hub of the community so that if a parent has a need, they can go to the school and we would be able to refer them and offer them resources. So since we've been at Paramount High School, we've been able to increase our parent engagement through offering more parent workshops. We partner with the Department of Mental Health. So a lot of our workshops are around social emotional learning, social emotional needs. So we've been able to offer more parent workshops, as well as connect a lot of our families to the resources that are available in the community. And so with that, UCLA is conducting a study right now to evaluate the Community Schools Initiative at our school. And so they want to hear from you. The interview is about 60 minutes. They just want to know how we've been implementing community schools at Paramount High School. So if you are interested, as a thank you, you'll get a $15 Target gift card. Again, the interview is 60 minutes and the link is, I'll post it in the chat as soon as I get an opportunity, but the PowerPoint will be made available to you all. So if you click on the link down there, you'll be able to schedule an interview. And interviews start in February and they run all the way through March. Just really quickly, because we do like to offer resources to our parents, we want to share this opportunity, this food distribution opportunity with you all. This is happening tomorrow at from 9 to 12. It'll be at the Port of Long Beach. The address is there, so if you have an opportunity to go, please do so. It's from 9 to 12. It's a drive-through distribution. No walk-ups. Please wear your mask and stay in your cars. And then lastly, I also want to share another workshop for parents. This is happening Thursday, February 4th. It's in conjunction or in collaboration with community schools and the county and the Los Angeles County Office of Education. We're offering a workshop on immigrant rights and services. So you can find the website as well as the meeting ID and password to join us. And that's at 5 p.m. on February 4th. And then I'll have Evelyn share this slide. Is Evelyn? I can't see.
Hi,
There you are. Hi, Evelyn.
my name is Evelyn Cortez, and I am a Bayfront Youth and Family Services parent advocate. And our agency offers 2 resources. One resource is Talkline, which is open to anyone in the community who may need parenting advice or even linkage to resources. And that's every Wednesday from 3 to 6. And we also have our monthly parent council. Every month we do a workshop, and it's typically things to help you navigate mental health. So the one coming up on February is with the region, is navigating the regional center, and we have somebody coming to speak through disability rights. So if you have any questions, they can link you to services. I'm going to put my name and everything's up on the flyer. And every month it's a different subject. And one of the subjects for March will be financial resolution. And it's going to be geared more towards young people who are learning to navigate and learn finances within their, for their own finances and savings. And in April, we'll have somebody from representative from Hopes for Families who help navigate IEPs and offer nonprofit free attorneys for those who need it. And every month it's a different subject, and we put out a flyer, and it's open to anyone in the community. So any person can join with the link, and we use the GoTo platform, which is really easy to go on your phone or a laptop or a computer.
Thank you, Evelyn.
You're welcome.
Are there any questions for her?
I have a quick question. As far as parents, can does parent have to sign in, or is it just to drop in and just they can drop in?
They can drop in. I usually encourage them, because we do give a certificate of participation.
Mm-hmm.
I ask them to email me their intention of coming so that I know that I have their email on file, so I can email them their certificate.
Okay, awesome. Is this also given in, I was going to say in Spanish, but I'm pretty sure you presented that in Spanish, correct?
We do have, we have our own translator
Mm-hmm.
who will translate if needed. So it's open to both English and Spanish.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? No? Okay. Thank you for joining us today, Evelyn.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, Ms. Martinez?
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm very happy to
You muted, Ms. Martinez.
sorry. Again, I said very welcome, and I'm very excited to see more parents joining our coffee corner. And one of the things that I wanted to share is regards to our grad checks. Right now, our counseling updates in regards to what our account department is doing. We will be meeting with all of our seniors for the second time. We met with them at the beginning of the school year, and now we're meeting with them again in after the first semester to inform where they're at as far as graduation requirements, and if they need to make up any courses, and what is the what options to provide students as far as making up those credits. And at the same time, kind of follow up in regards to their post-secondary plans as far as after graduation. And at the same time, we are also, and because the semester just started, we are adjusting schedules if needed. So I know that there was a Google form that was sent out the last a week prior to finals if students needed to make any changes in regards to their schedules. So we are still doing some adjustments in regards to schedule changes for this semester. And lastly, we are in preparation for registration for next school year. This is for our current 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. We will be meeting with our students in the month, in incoming month, mid to around February. And we will be, a presentation will be provided to all their social studies to provide them with the information in regards to registration. And then after, we will be meeting with individual student, with our individual students in regards to go over their class selection. So that would be as far as what we're doing right now for the counseling department. But is there any questions so far? No, okay. Our
Okay, thank you,
our
Ms.
College and
Martinez.
Career Center advisor, which is Ms. Justine
Hi,
Garcia.
everybody. Hi, thank you, Ms. Martinez. My name is Ms. Justine. I'm in the College and Career Center. So I'm going to do a quick presentation on financial aid for parents, kind of just like an overview. It is a lot of information, so feel free to ask questions. I myself can answer, Ms. Martinez can answer. We can help you guys out. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so some important dates. So the financial, the FAFSA and the California Dream Act are both open. They've been open since October 1st. There is a hard deadline for both applications. It will be March 2nd. So we recommend students get it done as soon as possible. Every day, Monday through Friday, we have a workshop from 1 to 2, and then we have open office hours from 2 to 3. So if your students can get started now, now's the time to get started and start those financial aid applications. So every year, of course, a financial aid application needs to be submitted. So we can help the students get through this application season because we know it's definitely different being virtual. Okay, go ahead. So a few terms to go over in regards to financial aid. So there's the loan. So a loan will be borrowed money for college, and you are expected to pay it back. You also have scholarships. That's money for college that you don't have to pay back. It can be something like an athletic scholarship, a merit-based scholarship. It can be a heritage scholarship. It's lots of different criteria. There's also grants. Grant is financial aid that doesn't need to be repaid. Then in regards to financial aid applications, we have the California Dream Act, which is going to be for undocumented students that meet the AB 540. And then we have the FAFSA, which stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. In the FAFSA, we have the IRS data retrieval tool. So basically, that's how the parents can how do I explain that? That's how the parent can
That's where the parents' 2019 taxes can roll over to your FAFSA application.
Right. So I think it's easier once you
Yes,
connect
I'd
it.
highly recommend to use this tool because the information is coming directly from the IRS, opposed to inputting the information manually.
Yes, correct. Also through the FAFSA, you have the work study, which is going to be an on-campus job. I always recommend students to click yes to this question, even if they're not interested or unsure. It's just so they have that opportunity. And then we have the student aid report, so the SAR. That's just a report summarizing information that you provide on the FAFSA and the California Dream Act. Okay, so next we're just gonna go like the basics financial aid process, so just through steps. So first, of course, you're gonna students gonna apply and submit a FAFSA or California Dream Act application for 2021-2022. That's really important. That's 2021-2022. We have some students doing 2020-2021, and then they have to do it all over again. So make sure that year is correct. For step 2, the financial aid information, the financial information is gonna be processed, and then it's gonna be sent to the colleges you put on your list. So if we move forward one, you'll kind of see. So you'll list all the colleges you apply to. When you apply, you can list up to 10. However, if you did apply to more than 10, you can relist the new schools and resubmit. So no worries with that. So once you get your college acceptance letters, they're going to generate, each college will generate its own financial aid package. So every school can give the student a different amount, if that makes sense. And then the next photo will kind of show you what it looks like. And you'll be getting this financial aid package in your college portal roughly in March, April. So I know the photo is kind of small, but when you zoom in, you can see there's different amounts that each school gives. It just depends on the school. Step 4, once you've gotten these amounts and the college acceptance letters, you can see, talk to your parents and then or guardians, and you can see where you're planning on going with all this information, and you have to do a letter of intent by May 1st. Some schools have like a May 3rd deadline. I just really recommend just getting it done May 1st or before then.
And just to kind of add to that, in regards to the loans, parents, most likely students will be offered student loans. Just because they're offered doesn't mean that the student is obligated to accept the loan. Or if the loan is, let's say they are offering the student a $4,000 loan, but they only need $1,000, they can go ahead and accept the loan. Accept a loan, and they can always request for less than what they are
I'm not
offering.
taking any student loans out for Fujo. Fujo is on its own with the student loans.
And again, as far as the student loan is concerned, the interest rate is a lot lower compared to a credit card, and there is a payment plan. And the students do not start paying that student loan until after they graduate from college, or 6 months after they stop attending school, or 6 months after they graduate from college. So it's a very, it's something I always tell students, again, if they don't have to accept a loan, it's much, there is a flexibility in regards to payment plans. And at the same time, it's an investment they see it as an investment towards their education.
Okay, Esmeralda, you can go forward. Okay, so it's gonna be a quick little activity. You guys are more than welcome to put in the chat your response. So true or false, students must pay back all financial aid that is offered by college. So we can get it in the chat. You can move forward, Esmeralda. False, right? Let me tell you why. So grants, scholarships, work studies, those are all forms of financial aid that students will not have to pay back. Student loans will be the only ones that will be paid back, as Ms. Martinez just went over. Okay, next true or false question we have is going to be, the Chafee grant provides free money for current or former California foster youth to help pay for college or career technical training. In the chat, do we have a true or false? Anybody know? Let's see the answer. Go ahead. True, correct. So how can you qualify? A few things to, you have to be a current former foster youth, or between the ages of 16 and 18, that's when you would have been established as a foster youth status. And then you must submit a FAFSA California DREAM Act and an online application through Chafee. Okay, go ahead. Oh, that one's flipped. Sorry about that. But true or false, I should not complete FAFSA because my parents' income is too high. I won't qualify for free money. So this one is actually new to me. I was not sure about this one. So false. So all students should submit the FAFSA, the financial aid application. The app gives you access to grants, scholarships, work studies, loan, and institutional funds. Additionally, some students think they're not going to qualify because possibly like an older sibling applied and they didn't get any financial help. But remember that the financial aid application is going to consider the number of students that are that are in college and applying to college. So in this scenario, let's say a sibling was in college and they didn't get anything, they could possibly get something now because now there's two siblings in college. So that will make a difference. So that's one reason why it's important to apply. Another reason it's important to apply, if we move forward, is going to be for the Cal Grant, and specifically Cal Grant A. You can be awarded, for example, like an image shown, if you're a family of 4 and you make about 110, and if you meet the GPA requirement, of course, then you'd qualify for the Cal Grant A. So although that is more of a higher income and you would typically think you wouldn't qualify for financial assistance, through the Cal Grant, you can qualify. Then one more reason, oh, sorry, go ahead.
And really quickly, GPA, the Cal Grant A, students have to have a 3.0 GPA or above to meet this requirement. And then Cal Grant B have a 2.0 GPA, between a 2.0 GPA to a 2.99 GPA. So let's say, for example, a student has a 2.7 GPA. It's a family of 4, and their income, the family income is 62,000. Would they qualify for a Cal Grant? No, they will not qualify because of her GPA. Now, if the student had a 3.0 GPA or higher, with that, they would have qualified because they're under the 110 income. So the GPA is very important in regards to the Cal Grant. So just a FYI in regards to that.
And there's one more reason why it's really important to apply, because you can also qualify for the middle class scholarship. So the family income up to 184,000 would allow you to qualify. So this was news to me. I hope you guys are all learning something new. I didn't know that. So, okay, next, I think we have one more true or false. Yeah, okay, true or false. All male students must register for selective service. This is true. So all students do the FAFSA, they can register. They'll just be clicking answer one of the questions that they're applying. But then for the California DREAM Act, the students must submit their registration by mail. And then we have the form for them if they need it. And we're gonna be sharing it with them in their classrooms, but they can also come to us if they need it.
And just to kind of interject, oftentimes a lot of our students confuse the selected service with the military. And what I tell a lot of the students, that the selected service is just a database that the federal government have, and they just want to know how many young men in the ages of 18 to 25 we have. It has nothing to do with the military. So so it's just that. So again, what I tell a lot of the male students is that if they do not register for the selected service, unfortunately, they will not be eligible to receive financial aid, because they will need to mark yes to register them. Now, if they say, well, I'm not going to, I'm not going on to higher education after high school. Well, if they apply for a driver's license, when they apply for a driver's license, this is something that they would have to do. Or when they register to vote, there was something they have to do. So unfortunately, there's something that it's required by the federal government. So it's not something that they can avoid.
Exactly. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward, Esmeralda. Okay, so what financial application should you born in the U.S. or granted U.S. citizenship if you're a permanent resident or have been granted political asylum? Then we have the California DREAM Act. This is going to be if you're an undocumented student and have attended a California school for the last 3 years, I'm sorry. And then, so if a student was possibly, if they're only here junior year and senior year, but then they were here in 7th grade, that would count as 3 years. So just 3 years total. And then this doesn't include DACA students, Social Security number that is used for work purposes only. If you have a visa, you can just contact the College and Career Center. All the pop-ups. Okay, so what financial information do you need moving forward? You can go ahead and keep going. Okay, so here we have like a, oh, it didn't pop up. We have we're gonna be giving the students a flyer that they can write down all their information with, but they're gonna need, when we go into their classrooms, a social security number, email address. For the FAFSA, they're gonna need their parent social security number. If parents don't have socials, that's fine. They'll just be putting zeros all the way through. Parent marital status, and then tax information. And then you can keep going. So again, this is just for the FAFSA applicants. This is what it's going to look like, the application. So every single student has to create an FSA ID before they start their FAFSA application. And again, they can write down this information on the handout we'll be giving them, or like in their own like phone notepad. I know that usually works for me. A lot of students are on their phone, so that helps. But okay, we'll keep going.
Well, before we go also, now the FSID is their electronic signature, so they do need to create one, as well as a parent needs to create one. If a parent, just one parent needs to create it. Now, if you have a sibling, an older sibling that have applied for financial aid previously, you do not need to create a new one. You can use one for multiple children.
Yes, so right here it says, it'll tell you, like for example, the note, if your older brother or sister made one, then you'd have to retrieve theirs. Sometimes it's easy, you can just ask them if they have the login information, that makes it easier. If not, you'd have to like do forgot password. Again, we can help you with that if you're having trouble with that. If your parent does not have a valid social security number, that's fine. They do not need they can't make an FSA ID, but we would just be printing out the information, and that's how they would sign it. And we are going to go over through our workshop where you're going to mail it to, how you'll set up the like letter format, all that information. Okay. Same thing. Also, I forgot to mention, if you click on these, it'll take you to the website. So that also helps. So you can leave the social security number blank. Same thing, you'll need your email address, tax information, your parent social, but if they don't have one, you put 0 all the way through, which we will be explaining. Something different with this application is the students will be needing their statewide student ID number. If they applied for like Cal State's, they got their number there. You'll find this through their transcripts. If they have trouble accessing that through their transcripts, we can just look it up for them quickly. So that's no worries. That's like a little difference in the application. But okay, you can keep going. Okay, so this is what this application would look like. That's where you'll start. I'm currently making, if you are applying for the California Dream Act, I'm making a step-by-step PowerPoint. So literally every single question screenshot. So we'll be posting that on Schoology and you guys will have access to it. But this is what the start of the information looks like. Make sure you write down, again, your username and password. You guys will be using your username and password throughout your entire time at college. So it's really important to write it down. We try to
And again, this application is only for students that are not eligible to apply for financial aid because they're not born U.S. citizen or naturalized citizen or permanent resident.
Yes, you would not be applying for both, just one or the other. Sometimes students think they have to apply to both, but you don't have to. You won't. Okay, you can go to keep going. Okay, so you will not need to provide parent information if you are a foster youth or have if you're a student in legal guardianship. That's the categories you won't need to put parent information for.
Now, very quickly in the legal guardianship, this is something that a lot of our parents as well as our students get confused. Legal guardianship only if you went to court. If you went to court and the court granted you legal guardianship of your student, then this will be applied to you. But if you're not, if you didn't go to court, or there's no documentation by court, then this will not apply.
Okay, go ahead and keep going. So some special circumstances that you guys are welcome to reach out to the College and Career Center about. So if you're an unaccompanied minor, parent refusal, significant income change, which is a lot of people right now because of COVID, or difficult family circumstances, affecting financial stability, that's when you guys can reach out. We can set an appointment up if you don't feel comfortable coming to workshops. Just a few examples. Okay, go ahead. Now we have scholarships. Perfect. So this is going to be scholarships if you go to school through Schoology. They are posted like on the page. If you just want to find them real quick, you'll go to the resources section in the class of 2021 and then go to the scholarships folder. And that's where you'll have access to all those scholarships. Keep in mind that the PEP scholarship, the deadline is coming up soon. It'll be February 12th. And then we have the local scholarship that'll be February 28th. You also need to have your FAFSA and California Dream Act filled out 3 days prior. I'd say even do it before then. I wouldn't wait till 3 days prior to fully have it done in order to apply to the PEP and local scholarship. So again, you would find those resources through Schoology. I'm going to keep going. Just a few links that you guys have access to. So again, like just to apply to your FAFSA California Dream Act, web grants. I think Ms. Martinez put that link in the chat earlier. I was a little late to that one. And then the Chafee grant, Golden State Teacher Grant Program. And then again, like I mentioned earlier, we do have our workshops Monday through Friday, 1 to 3. Cash for College is going to be the 29th, 3 to 4:30. There's a link for the Zoom there. Office hours every day. We are here to help you guys and assist you guys through the financial aid application. So if you want to make a one-on-one appointment, you're welcome to do that. But if not, we do have our workshops and office hours. Another quick thing, tomorrow we'll be going into Friday, right? We'll be going into social studies classes and presenting to students on financial aid and the differences between the California Dream Act and the FAFSA. And then on the 5th, we'll be going into the English classes and starting the application with the students. So I know it's a lot of information. If you guys have any questions, we're here to answer them.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Are you guys going to send out that link for the class tomorrow?
Which link?
I just you took out the flyer. I can't see it anymore. It's like cash for
Yes,
Cash
yes.
for college?
It's in our presentation, and we'll also be putting it in the chat box for the students to access. I think it's on Schoology as well. I think I posted it on Schoology.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
of course. Any other questions? Sorry, I know there's a lot of information. Okay, so I think we're good.
So I just put the Ms. Saavedra, I put the link in the chat box. Awesome. And then I'm also going to post the link for the UCLA survey. If you have 60 minutes to spare and would like to participate in the interview, you can schedule your interview, your appointment there. Oops, sorry, I sent it directly. There we go. All right, do we have any questions? So this is all we had for you today.
Can we just share when it's our next meeting?
Yes, let me pull that. So if you'd like to take a picture, a screenshot of the Save the Date flyer, it has all the dates of our upcoming virtual parent coffee corner. So we do have them bi-weekly. We try to focus once a month on academics, and then the other meeting is usually some social emotional support or learning. But these are the dates. So if you want to save the dates so that you can join us, it'll continue to be at 2 p.m. It seems like this time is working for parents, this date and time. So we'll continue every Thursday or every other Thursday at 2 p.m. for English. And then we also have our 10 a.m. in Spanish. If you can't make it to the 2 p.m. and you speak Spanish, understand Spanish, you can join us in the morning as well. And then if you can just please spread the word, we really appreciate that you joined us today. If you know of any other parents from Paramount High School that would like to join, please share the link with them, the flyers with them. And that's it on my end, unless Ms. Martinez, you have anything else, or Mr. Gutierrez, anything you want to add?
No, not at this moment. Just thank you guys for coming. Hopefully we can continue to